If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to this, would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so.
Listen, my children, and you shall hear the midnight Paul.
Drop a nuclear bomb like we did in Japan, or you have to put ground troops in and physically take over completely, like we did in World War II. And now they're spinning that to try to make it sound like so what unconditional surrender means is that, and that would last when that happens. Tucker Carlson pointed out that means that the foreign invading army gets to your women.
Fair's fair, Jimmy.
And that nobody, now you know why they would fight to the last dead 91 million Iranian, because they don't want to let that happen. And of course, he's referring to the Israeli army, which that's part and parcel of how they run their operations is through grape. We have it on video.
That's why we're not allowed to probably say the real crime on various platforms run by Zionists, is my guess.
That's right. That's why I have to say grape instead of the real word. And of course, the Israelis went and protested when the IDF soldiers who were imprisoned for on video graping prisoners. They went and they protested to release them. Because it's okay if you do that, because the only people that matter to Zionists are Jews. That's the only people that matter to them. Everybody else is goyim.
Doesn't matter if you touched a kid funny or you force yourself upon teen male prisoners while the other Israeli IDF form a shield wall around you. It don't matter. It's just you're just so valuable. Your genetics. And so now, so now they're coming after Tucker, trying to say he was saying that American soldiers are grapers, and it's so silly. They're completely ignoring the warning that he was making. And now Trump... They put him on the axis of evil. The new axis of evil is Tucker. A moron friend of mine put that up unironically as if... Remember the axis of evil, the neocon bullshit about actual countries? North Korea, Iran, and Iraq. That was now it's Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and I forget, there's two other people that just talk. Wow, that's the evil in the world, not your own IDF that rapes people. And okay. Here's some good news, though. I'm going to kick it off with some good news. I guess the good news is Trump is saying that the war is almost over. I think he's lying. I think what has happened is that the United States has lost. This is going to lose this war. That we got the jokes. For Iran bombs Netanyahu's home. Oh no, sorry. I thought this was. So that's what this is. So here's some good news. Here's some good news is that they're losing. What is the good news? The good news is that this war may be over faster than we expected because Iran is doing so well against the United States, and all the Gulf Coast states are now realize that they're not really the allies of the United States, that Israel is the only ally because the United States is not defending them. Okay, here we go.
I saw a video this morning, real video, not CNN, though they have been better, but real video out of Israel. They are getting absolutely pummeled.
That was to be my next question. How badly is Israel getting pummeled? And where is Netanyahu?
I think he's on a plane 90% of the time. He's flying around. He's flying around the Mediterranean. I understood he was on a private jet coming into Mar-a-Lago to talk to Trump. I don't know if that's true or not, but my source is pretty good. He's staying out of the fray as best he can because he knows that he is number one target.
How badly are the Iranians damaging Tel Aviv?
Very badly, very badly. And it is relentless. It's not a fuselage. It's relentless. And increasingly, and in the latter stages of this 15-minute video, you could see that fewer and fewer air defense missiles were going up. And at the end of it, in the last 60 seconds, which is a long time, Judge, if you're under fire, there were no Israeli missiles going up. The Iranian missiles were just getting in.
Wow. Well,
it's all being lied about, of course. You can't get this out. You can't even get it out of Al Jazeera or Al Arabiya. They're not allowed to film this sort of thing because he's got a wrapped down tight ban on anybody coming in there and making film other than his own propaganda people.
So that's the irony, is that CNN is allowed to go into Iran and report whatever they want to report, whereas no foreign journalists are allowed inside of Israel, and if they are, they're heavily censored. And CNN acquiesces to that censorship. They don't even tell you about it, but they go along with it. But that's great news to hear. How do you put a positive spin on your entire country being turned into sand again? I wonder. I think Israel's new terrorism slogan is going to be, "Hey, come to Israel. Nothing blocking your view of the ocean anymore." How about that? No more annoying buildings are in the way. It's a real estate developer's paradise. Come to Israel. I think that's so here, and also here's Scott Ritter on Netanyahu's home got bombed and they killed his brother. But unlike the Ayatollah in Iran,
Jeb Netanyahu,
unlike the Ayatollah in Iran, he didn't go to a bunker. He wanted to be just as vulnerable as the rest of his people, and they killed him. So Netanyahu, not the same. Doesn't show that sort of courage that the Ayatollah showed. He's actually flying around 24/7, so he can't be hit. Or he goes to Munich, he goes to Germany, or he goes to Cyprus. So let's listen. Here's what Scott Ritter has to say.
The Iranians are showing an ability to get intelligence information inputs in the morning and strike in the afternoon with deadly effect. And also, they're starting to expand their target deck. Remember, they didn't invent the concept of regime change. That was Israel on day one, killing Aleksander. Last night, the Iranians struck the home of Benjamin Netanyahu. They killed his brother. They struck the home of Ben Gvir. He is seriously wounded, may not survive. Iran is going to start to take out the totality of Israel's leadership. This is the reality of this conflict. Israel played the regime change game. It's going to be the Israelis that are going to be paying the highest price. The Iranians are no longer wearing kid gloves. They're coming in bare knuckle.
They're reporting it. This is interesting. I looked it up as soon as you said it. The BBC is reporting it as Ben Gvir was in a car accident last night. Does that surprise you?
They can report it any way they want. We know that his home is on fire, so maybe he crashed his car into his house.
So Ben Gvir was in a car accident. First of all, the good news is they got Benjamin Netanyahu's house finally. Ben Gvir was in a car accident? You mean to tell me Iran's out of missiles and they're lobbing cars at Israel now? That's interesting.
Yeah,
I get that. Must have been one hell of an accurate driver, or maybe they have it. Maybe they have the advanced WeAreChange technology. Maybe WeAreChange is going to show you how to launch a car now, and how to.
Wait, Jimmy, hold on. Reuters says Israeli Minister Ben Gvir slightly hurt in car accident. I swear to God.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure he's going to be sticking around for another volley of hypersonic missiles.
Injured lightly. That's another headline.
Injured lightly.
Have you ever heard that ever?
I've never seen a headline like that. Injured lightly.
Why would what?
What is that is called pro-war propaganda. That's been the first casualty in war is the truth. Wow, that's wow.
I heard he was just lightly injured in it because he ran a red light. And he won't admit he ran a red light.
Well, it's weird that he put seatbelts and airbags in his entire house now. Isn't that weird? I wouldn't be surprised if we see a YouTube video of Benjamin Netanyahu trying to sneak into Dubai with an F Israel T-shirt on.
He's gonna be dressed like an Orthodox priest.
Yeah,
those real wizardy looking Dracula Catholics. He's gonna have like a big wooden cross.
Hello, I am Salam something or other. And this is my wife, Jeffrey Epstein. Now let us in. Okay. Wow. Well, is there any more to this?
That's interesting. I mean, the only reason I just can't help but be amused by this, because it would not surprise me for the BBC to provide cover for a story like this. Yeah, you and I
now know that the BBC reporters that work overseas are vetted by MI6 before they're allowed to take on their assignments.
Yes, we know that now. We know that now. We had reported that CNN was willingly being censored by the Israeli government. That's old. That's from the beginning of the Palestinian war with them, or if that's what you want to call it. I call it a genocide. Since the beginning of that, CNN has been censored, and now he's saying BBC is also, they have to get cleared through the MI6. All right, well, so, and you're not going to, I guess you're not going to hear about this stuff. This is what they're saying. You know, I have stopped watching American media, but I guess I should start watching it again just to see how bad their war coverage is. So I've seen it clips here and there. I used to watch the whole slate of MSNBC programming every night. I would watch it from the first show to the last show. Their prime time, I don't know, what is that, 3 hours of programming?
What were you watching?
Well, I used to watch Morning Joe before I went to bed, right? So then I would watch Chris Hardball, but he's not on there anymore.
Oh yeah, Chris Hardball got me tooed off of Hardball.
He got me tooed, and then I would watch Chris Hayes, and then Rachel Maddow, and sometimes fake tough guy Lawrence O'Donnell.
Yeah.
But he's not as entertaining. Anyway, the Pentagon contractor Planet Labs now refuses to show Americans how badly U.S. bases have been damaged by retaliatory Iranian strikes. So they're trying to keep it hidden. So they don't want you to know what's really happening. They don't want you to know how Tel Aviv is getting pummeled, and they don't want you to know that they bombed Benjamin Netanyahu's house and that he's in the air. He's in the air all the time. He's not hanging out in Israel.
Wait, Jimmy, I have a question. Do you think that means, so when Trump goes, I think this was almost over, he got permission from Bibi to say that because Israel literally cannot survive it?
Yes.
So Bibi's saying pull out?
Yes.
This is like Lebanon. There's just like Lebanon before.
Yeah.
And they had their inconclusive war with Lebanon because they pull out. Yep.
So bring that up when we're going to cover that. Trump saying that the war is almost over. We're going to cover that coming up in just a bit. So if you'd like to hear my jokes about this again, come see me in San Antonio, Albuquerque, Houston, Dallas, Salt Lake City, April 17th. We're at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. Only 70 tickets available. Go get them. And then we're in Las Vegas, Tulsa, and Oklahoma City. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Over to Steph.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jim. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see what I have here. This is from Billy Bob. I thought you were going off the rails. I was wrong, Billy Bob. I wonder what you were wrong about.
Rail?
I don't know. Spencer Pratt is running for mayor of L.A. When are you having him on your show, Kate? Oh yeah, Kate. I don't think he's running for L.A. I think there's a.
We'll find out.
Fingers crossed. He might have an opportunity to run for mayor of Pacific Palisades.
That's what we hear.
That's the word on the street.
We're gonna find out what, Kurt.
Have you seen Gray Zone? That Max's story that Israel and the FBI they had fake assassination plots against Trump to get him to go to Iran, so Trump would feel like it was either him or Iran.
No, I didn't see that.
I saw it. I just saw it pop up. I'm like, oh my god.
No,
that makes sense because Trump seems to live in a totally different reality than the rest of us. Going back to Tren de la Ragua knuckle tattoos, where he's saying to the reporter that he thinks the tattoo, like the symbols, the picture was showing what the symbols meant, and he thought it was on the guy's hand. He's in another dimension, this guy.
My war says Ben Gvir injured in a car accident. The first question I have is, what is Caitlyn Jenner doing in Israel? Oh, bam. That's a good one. My_war. Thank you for that one. Let's see. Goyim, Stand Down, Epiphany, Candace, Nathan. Thank you, Nathan. Welcome to the Great Reset. That's from Nathan. Yoga apparently was promised to them 3,000 years ago. Someone tell the Indians. Savage. Go tell an Iranian or a Gazan to wait for the midterms. Go tell them the next election is the most important of their lives. Rorschach. Hitting it hard. Sage and Fool. Hold on, Sage and Fool. Bam. I saw a clip of Pierce on Holiday with Jerry Springer, who's a retired wealthy man. In it, Pierce talked about the brilliance of making money hand over fist by doing nothing but encouraging people to fight on TV. Pierce! Always seeking truth. He's a truth seeker, eh? Friend of the show, Sam Tripoli, is going to have Spencer Pratt on tinfoil hat. Thank you for that, A Kid at Heart.
What? I invited Spencer Pratt on. What? I'm the founder of Turning Point, Sam Tripoli, and this is what.
We have we're gonna have special guests tomorrow. We don't really do shows on Tuesday. It's rare occasion.
And a special show tomorrow at 5 p.m.
5 p.m. special show. Who are we gonna have, Jimmy?
That
Professor Jiang.
Professor Jiang.
Because Zhang's coming. All right, great.
Yeah, so we're very excited. Tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific time. Mark your calendars. And aren't you doing a collab in the morning, Jimmy?
Oh, we're doing I'm going to be on Alex Jones. I'm going to be on Alex Jones tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. And I think we're going to try and simulcast it or something like that. We're doing like what they call, the kids call a collab.
Yeah.
That's what Nick Fuentes said we were supposed to do, a collab.
Oh, that would have been great. That's right before he declared Israel had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. That was before Charlie Kirk died. Remember that? And then,
but he's not coming out. He
won't come. You had asked him though, right?
I asked him to come on the show. He won't come on.
Oh, I was gonna wear a kimono and cat ears and seduce him as a DILF cat man. That's what he needs, is an older man.
So you actually have an open invite to him. You invited him last week, and yet
I was
he hasn't
give him a
responded
nice
yet,
Catholic
right?
Jesuit training.
Yeah. I've invited him. There's lots of things that I'd like to ask him now.
Kid's got a thick head of hair, Jimmy. I'll tell you that.
He certainly does. There's lots of things I'd like to ask him, just for kicks. All right, we're going to get to that segment. We'll get to that segment.